to Palomba. At this time, if you would, we're going to start this off. We're going to start off all of our Elks functions. If I could have everybody please rise. And if you would, join me in a salute to the flag. Right behind you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you'd kindly just remain standing for one more moment, I'm going to invite our past district deputy, Ron Visconti, and tonight's chaplain up here to lead us with the invocation.
Bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounties through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a seat. The food will be coming out shortly. We're going to be introducing some people to you folks before we get on with the presentation part of the program. And I know at some point tonight Sue's going to be introducing all of her family that's here with us tonight. But I just wanted to recognize two of Sue's brothers who won't be able to join us tonight because they were tragically killed in a hunting accident last year up in Maine. Her brothers Mario and Fredo, they were out deep in the woods up in Maine, and Mario came across some tracks, and he called his brother over. He said, "Fredo, come here." He says, "Look, deer tracks." And Fredo came over and leaned over his shoulder and said, "Mario, what are you talking about? Those aren't deer tracks, those are moose tracks." Mario says, "Don't tell me moose tracks. I've been hunting all my life. Those are definitely deer tracks." And it was just about that time that the train hit them.
I knew it.
All right. All right, at this time, we're going to introduce some of our non-speaking head table guests. And when I say non-speaking, they're not like mute or anything. They're just not going to be speaking tonight. But what? Yep. So starting down to my far right, we have Peter Plesanoga, who is our state president-elect. Next to him is our chaplain for this evening and past district deputy, Ron Visconti. Beside him, we have Bob Strasnick, who's our state chairman of judiciary. Quick story about Bob. Bob's an attorney, and he's actually an excellent one. He's very good at what he does. Just last week, he was driving down Main Street in Saugus, and he got pulled over by a cop. So the cop pulled him over, and he said, "You realize why I pulled you over, right? You were doing like 60 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone." He said, "Can I see your driver's license?" And Bob says, I don't have a driver's license. I lost it last year after my third DUI. The cop says, "You don't have a driver's license?" He said, "Well, give me the registration to the vehicle." He says, "Yeah, I'm not really sure where that is. You see, I stole this car. It's not mine." He says, "You stole this car?" He said, "Yeah, but only after I killed the owner of it. She's in the trunk. Would you like to see her?" The cop slowly backs away from the car and calls for backup, and 2 minutes later, 5 cruisers pull up. Now a police sergeant comes walking over, says to Bob, he's got his hand on his gun, and he leans into the car and he says, "What's going on here?" Bob says, "I'm not sure, sir. Here, would you like to see my license?" And he hands him his license. So the sergeant's looking kind of puzzled. He said, I understand that you stole this car?" Bob says, "No, sir, this is my car. Here's the registration." Gives him the registration. Now the cop's, he's looking at the patrolman, and he's like, "What's going on here?" He says, "Sir, I'm going to need to see what's in the trunk." So certainly, Bob takes him around, opens the trunk. All that's in there is a spare tire. He says, "Sir, I don't know what's going on here," he says, "but this officer called the station and reported that you had no driver's license, you lost it for a DUI, you were driving a stolen car, and you had a body in the trunk." Bob chuckled. He said, "Yeah, I bet he told you I was speeding, too." All right. Next to Bob, we have Ken Rice, a past Grand Lodge Committee Chair. And then we have District Deputy Lisa Finkenzeller. Lisa. This guy's going to be getting up, so I won't be introducing him. She's going to be getting up, so I will be introducing her, but later. But I'll introduce her husband at this time, Americo. Enrico, yep. And we'll be hearing more from those two also. All right. Let's see. All right, do we have, well, we do have some elk dignitaries in the hall here. Let me introduce them. In addition to the ones I've already introduced, we have, let's see, Stacy Rice, our co-chair for scholarship and the soccer committee. Where are you, Stacy? You're over here. We have past district deputy Jay Finkenzeller right out here. And also state trustee for the East District. We have a couple of past district deputies. We have Carlos Orozco, somewhere in the crowd. Carlos. Again, Ron Visconti. Paul Blanchard. Paul, stand up. Take a bow. We have some past exalted rulers from our lodge. Phil Mancini. Ron Visconti Jr. Hector Cabrera. Ron Del Genio, who would take a bow, but he's in the kitchen right now. He's the guy responsible for the delicious meal you guys just ate. And a few others who I'll be introducing as we go. Okay. Our current exalted ruler couldn't make it this evening because she's recovering from surgery, but our exalted ruler to be, our esteemed leading knight is here, George Perry. George. You know, George is an avid ice fisherman, right? And just a couple of weeks ago, he was out ice fishing, and he has one of those augers with the 2-foot blade on it that you can bore holes in the ice. So he went out in the middle of the ice, and he starts boring a hole, and all of a sudden he heard a voice. The voice said, "There are no fish under the ice." So he stopped boring, and he's looking around. He's like, "Who said that? There's nobody here. I'm out here all by myself. I must be going nuts." So he moved over to another spot a little bit, and he started boring again, and again he heard the voice. "There are no fish under the ice." He said, "Who said that? Who's out there?" He's looking around, there's nobody to be seen. He says, "Wow, my mind must be playing tricks on me." So he starts boring again, and he hears the voice. "There are no fish under the ice." So he looks up at the sky, he says, "God, is that you?" And the voice comes back, "This is the rink manager, nitwit. There are no fish under the ice." All right, do we have any local elected officials here this evening? If we do, please stand. I know Mike Serino was here earlier from the Board of Selectmen and planned on sticking around. He said he may be back, but they actually had a Board of Selectmen meeting tonight at 7 o'clock, so he had to run over and tend to that. But we thank him for being here, and again, he may be back. All right, at this time, we're going to get into some presentations, all right? One more quick story, though. I got to share this one with you. This involves Mike, our past Grand Exalted Ruler, who's going to be making the next presentation, and Kenny Rice, actually. The two of them, a couple of weeks ago, were out hunting. Everybody's avid hunters in this place. And they were out in the woods, and they came across this big hole in the woods. And they were looking, and they're like, "Wow, I can't even see the bottom of this thing. I have no idea how deep it is. How are we going to figure out, where does this hole end?" So Mike had an idea. He said, "You know what, there's an engine block over there." He says, "That's kind of heavy. If we take that and drop it into the hole and then just count how many seconds it takes, we'll hear it hit the bottom and we'll know how deep the hole is." So Kenny said, "Great idea." So it was kind of heavy, but the two of them picked it up and they dragged it over and they dropped it into the hole. And Mike starts counting, 1, 2, 3. At that point, a goat comes running through the bushes behind him. He's got to be doing about 100 miles an hour and dives head first into the hole. Strangest thing they've ever seen. They're like, "What the heck was that all about?" A couple of minutes later, a farmer comes walking around the bushes. He says, "Excuse me, have either of you guys seen a goat?" Kenny says, "You won't believe it, but yeah, just a couple of minutes ago, a goat came running out of those bushes. He had to be doing like 100 miles an hour, and he dove head first into the hole." Farmer says, "No, that couldn't be my goat. I had my goat chained to a big engine block." All right, at this point, I'm going to ask our past Grand Exalted Ruler, Mike Zellen, to come up and make a presentation.
Thank you very much, Steve. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here and to join with you in honoring our guest of honor this evening. Sue has been very, very kind to the community and very dedicated to Elkdom. She has taken on committees. She has seen that our veterans are taken care of, our children, and other needs in our community. And that's what Elkdom is all about. Many people don't realize that the Elks are the most largest and generous organization in the country. We take care of our veterans, our community needs, special needs kids. Many of our state associations throughout the country have camps, summer camps for special needs kids. Matter of fact, my wife and I are going to Texas next week to their fall convention, and that is their special project. Every state has one. But it is my pleasure to be here tonight and to join with you. And Sue, if you would come up here, please. I have this special citation, 2425, Grand Lodge, Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. This certificate is presented to Assunta Sue Palomba, Citizen of the Year, Saugus Everett, Massachusetts Lodge of Elks, number 642, in grateful appreciation for your service and dedication to the citizens of Saugus, Massachusetts. Given the 17th day of October 2024, signed by me, past national president. Okay. Whoop.
All right.
For you from all of us.
Very nice.
Thank you.
All right. At this time, we have a few folks here from our state delegation. I know that, where are my notes? Hold on. Sorry. There was a representative here earlier actually, from Luis Garcia from Senator Brendan Crichton's office. But he couldn't hang around. And I understand that our two representatives here this evening have a presentation also to make on his behalf. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up our state representatives, Donald Wong and Jessica Giannino.
Thank you.
I just want to point out, in case you weren't aware of how screwed up things are at the state level right now, I write them and tell them we're hosting an Italian night. They send me a leprechaun.
Usually we save that joke for Sally Domenico's roast.
That's true. But I'm made in China.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Giannino, and it's an honor to be here tonight with you with my colleague, Representative Wong. We're also here on behalf of our Senator, Senator Brendan Crichton. His Aunt Louise was here earlier, so we do have a citation on his behalf. But really, this is special because we're here for someone that we all really love and care about, and that's Sue. And I'll tell you, since I've been involved in this community, Sue is someone who has just been so kind and caring and outspoken and really been there for everyone, whether it's been something for the community, whether it's been something personal. Sue, you've always just been there to offer a hug or a helping hand and really just been there for everyone. And anyone that knows Sue, when you talk to her, it's sincere and it's real. And when she's talking to you, she's listening to you. And when you're having a conversation with her, she deeply, deeply cares. And I know that because as soon as I finish talking to her, the next day it's just, are you okay, did you do this, and do you need anything? And it's like I'm talking to a work mom or another aunt or another family member. And that's what makes representing this community so amazing, is people like Sue. So thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
So I'm going to pass it over to Rep. Long to say a few words, and then we're going to offer some citations.
I hear so much about you, and I can't thank you for all the things you do for the community. And because it's Italian night, sorry, I'm not Italian, okay? just in case I wasn't thinking. But we know everything about spaghetti, right? So before there was spaghetti, there was Palomba. One for each of you, so you won't fight when you get home. And now we'll read the citation.
So first, I will present the one on behalf of Senator Crichton from the Massachusetts Senate. Please don't tell Speaker Mariano that I'm presenting a citation from the Senate.
Keep filming.
So, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate official citation, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends congratulations to Sue Palomba in recognition of being named Citizen of the Year by the Saugus Everett Elks. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested a copy, therefore transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. It's signed by Senate President Spilka, the Clerk, and it's offered by Senator Crichton and Senator DiDomenico for the Saugus and Everett delegation. And Senator DiDomenico also did send his regards. I know this is something that he also tries to make because it's also a big Everett contingency here too, so Senator Crichton's staff did mention that as well. So on behalf of Senator Crichton and Senator DiDomenico, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to read the House one.
Sure.
He always makes me read them. It's the worst part.
Because it's not in Chinese.
All right. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives, better chamber, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Sue Palomba in recognition of being named Citizen of the Year by the Saugus Everett Elks. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses hope for good fortune and success in all endeavors. Given the 17th day of October, 2024, offered at the Massachusetts State House, it's signed by Speaker of the House Ronald Mariano and offered by Senator, the Senate one screwed me up, Representative Donald Wong and myself. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Donald, I did not know that you were an Italian.
Not tall enough.
But actually, my sympathies to it. I know just last week up on Route 1, there was a busload of Asian tourists that were traveling up Route 1, and a guy jumped on the bus and robbed them all at gunpoint and then took off on foot. And I know the police haven't made an arrest as yet, but they do have 498 good photos of the suspect. All right. At this time, he couldn't be with us this evening, but our Robert Van Kampen has sent along a citation from the city of Everett. And I told him I would be honored to present that on his behalf. So Sue, if you would come up. Be it hereby known to all that the Everett City Council and His Honor the Mayor offer their sincerest congratulations to Sue Palomba on the occasion of being honored as Citizen of the Year by the Saugus Everett Lodge of Elks and in recognition of your outstanding efforts and service to your community. The entire city government extends its very best wishes on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued good fortune going forward, given this 17th day of October 2024, sponsored by City Council President Robert J. Van Kampen.
Thank you.
All right. I have one more presentation to make, and that's from the lodge. Before I do that, though, I want to say, Enrico, I'm very pleased. I see that the black eye cleared up. It looks just, I don't know if they got makeup on it today, but it looks really good. Oh, not everybody knows that story, huh? A couple of weeks ago, Enrico had a huge shiner, and I asked him, I said, what happened? He said, well, he was out shopping with Sue, And they were walking down the beer aisle at the grocery store, and he went to pick up a 24-pack of beer and put it in the carriage. And she said, "What are you doing?" She said, "We can't afford that." He goes, "Yeah, but it's on sale. It's $20 for 24 beers." She says, "We can't afford that. Put it back." So a couple of aisles over, Sue grabbed a jar of her $40 face cream and put that in the carriage. And then Mariko said, "What are you doing?" "We can't afford that." She said, "That makes me look beautiful." He says, "So does 24 beers, but it's half the price." So yeah, the Shiner looks a lot better today. All right, Sue, one more time. Let me get you up here. Actually, no, sit down. All right. Before I present this, let me just read my introduction here for Sue. So you'll know who it is that we're giving all these honors to. Assunta Sue Palomba was born in Italy, 1966, but her journey quickly brought her to the Bronx, New York at just 6 months old. By the time she was 2, Sue's family settled in Wakefield, Massachusetts, where she grew up. She attended Nazareth Academy in 1984. A few Nazareth grads in the crowd? Okay. Followed by Newbury College in 1986. Apparently they didn't turn out for you. And Merrimack College, furthered her education in Merrimack College in 1988. Sue moved to Everett in 1993, where she started her real estate career. She received her real estate license at the age of 19 and joined Century 21 in 1997, where she worked for 15 years. After moving to Saugus in 2000, she continued building her career, spending 5 years at RE/MAX before establishing MP Realty Group in 2014. Later, she transitioned to running her own venture, Mango Realty, where her leadership and dedication have shone brightly. Sue has been honored with numerous awards throughout her career, consistently ranking among the top in the real estate industry. Outside of her professional accomplishments, Sue has always shown unwavering commitment to her community. Her journey began over 25 years ago at the Saugus Senior Center, where she quickly became a vital resource. Her involvement with the Saugus Everett Elks further showcased her leadership ability, leading her to become exalted ruler. During her 5 years on the board of directors, she chaired both the Veterans Committee and the Special Needs Committee, making a lasting impact. Sue proudly continues her service as an active member of the Friends of Saugus Senior Center, as well as vice president of the Saugus Cable Board and a dedicated town meeting member for Saugus, Mass. Her passion for serving others extends to her role on the board of directors for her church and the Garden Club, where she finds joy in beautifying the community. Sue's unwavering dedication to helping others, whether through her community service or in her role as a daughter, wife, mother, grandmother, sister, and aunt, makes her a beloved figure in Saugus and beyond. So please join us in honoring Sue Palomba's extraordinary achievements at this special event this evening. And I have a citation here from the Saugus Everett Elks. Sue, come on up. The Saugus Everett Elks are proud to honor Assunta Sue Palomba as our Citizen of the Year for her years of selfless hard work and dedication to the local community, presented this 17th day of October, 2024. Thank you. And with that, I give you our guest of honor, Sue. Come on up.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the Saugus Everett Elks, the Board of Directors, the House Committee, the Chairperson of the Italian Night, Linda Fuller. Thank you to Steve Doherty for being the Master of Ceremonies, to the members, guests, and everyone who made this evening special. Let's all thank our cooks also, Ron Del Genio, the kitchen crew in our service for the delicious meal they prepared for all of us. A special thanks to Lisa from Honey Bee Balloons for spectacular presents for her tonight's celebration. Your dedication and contributions truly make our community and our world a better place. When I was told I would be the honoree of Italian Night, I actually had to look up what Italian Month was. It's the National Italian American Heritage Month, which was first recognized by the United States Congress in 1989 as a tribute to the contributions of Italian Americans to our nation and to highlight the cultural impact of the Italian American community. Thousands of Italian immigrants from LaGuardia, Campania, Abruzzi, Sicily, and Lazio regions have made their homes in Boston neighborhoods since the 1860s, especially in the North End, East Boston, Brighton, Hyde Park, and South Boston. Many people of the Italian descent have served the city of Boston selflessly in public office, including Thomas Menino, the grandson of the Italian immigrants and the longest-serving mayor in the Boston history. Italian immigrants and the generations that followed their descendants have cultivated unique and beautiful neighborhoods whose atmosphere reflects the dedication to Italian culture, food, art, and religion. I want to take a moment to acknowledge my incredible family. My husband, Americo, who stood by my side for 38 years. Through every twist and turn of my life. To my daughters, Rosa and Melissa, and their husbands, Pat and Barry, thank you for your love and support. And to my beautiful grandchildren, Giovanni, Julia, Angelo, and Liliana, you are my light, my joy, and the reason I continue to grow, learn, and embrace each new day. I want to thank my parents who taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. They instilled in me that failure is not an option and that this country holds limitless opportunities for those who seek them. To my sisters, my brother, my nieces and nephew, and my entire girl tribe, you are my strength, my support, and my inspiration, and I wouldn't be here with all of you. Americo and I have a deep gratitude for this organization and the Elks community. The friendships we've made and the impact we've been able to make together are invaluable to us. Being part of this group has not only connected us with so many wonderful people, but it also allowed us to give back to those in need, something that holds a deep meaning for us. Some of my most memorable events include celebrating Teresa's 60th birthday party with around 50 of us in Nashville, Tennessee. One of my best vacation experiences, Jamaica with the Orozcos, the Fullers. The state dignitaries will never be forgotten. Supporting our grand exalted ruler, Mike Zellin, in Texas, in Arizona, during my time as exalted ruler is another memory I will always cherish. I'd like to share a family story with you. My parents came to this country with very little money. As a matter of fact, my dad always says $100 in his pocket, a suitcase and me, a 6-month-old baby, all in search of a better life. I was born in Avellino, Italy. My mom was 19 and my dad was 20 when they made the journey from Italy to Bronx, New York. Despite the challenges, they saw beauty and opportunity in this country. With determination, they moved to Wakefield, Massachusetts, where my siblings, Alisa, Angelo, and Anna, were born. It was in Wakefield that I spent 21 years of my life. Growing up, we didn't speak English when I started school, but that didn't stop us. My parents, despite the hardships, never lost their love for their heritage. Our Italian traditions were woven into every part of our lives. Homemade pasta, Sunday dinners, and jarring tomatoes with family and friends every year. These traditions are still alive today and have been passed down to my grandchildren. food, family, and love. These are the cornerstones of our heritage, and they are the same values we share within the Elks community. At age 14, my dad thought it was important for me to become a United States citizen, marking the beginning of my work journey. I started working at the farmland in Wakefield, Mass., and later attended Nazareth Academy, where I met my best friend, Beth Capone, who is here tonight. I love you, Beth. You always make me smile, laugh, and you see the brighter side of life. From there, I went on to Newbury College and Merrimack College, where I formed friendships that lasted a lifetime, including Antoinette Tamino, who later became my daughter Melissa's godmother. These friendships, like so many others in my life, have shaped who I am today. I am a product of all these experiences and the love and support of everyone around me. I am deeply honored to stand before you tonight, filled with gratitude for each of you, this organization, and for the life I am so lucky to lead. As we continue to grow and strive as a community, let us never forget that our greatest strength lies in the bonds we share with one another. Together, we are more than just individuals. We are a family bound by a common purpose to serve, to give, and to love. Together, we have made a difference, and together we will continue to do so for generations to come. Thank you for this honor. It will never be forgotten, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
All right, that concludes our program for this evening. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out and joining us. You're welcome to hang around. Please take care of your bartenders up here, Alicia and Christine, and they'll be hanging around a little while with you, or if you want to come downstairs and join us in the members lounge, please feel free to do that also. We hope everybody had a good time, and hopefully we do this every year, Italian night. Hopefully we'll see you back here again next year. Thank you. Oh, hold on one sec. We have a raffle that we have to draw. You guys were pulling tickets for a basket when you came in here.
I even want a speechwriter. You're my girl.
So I'm going to ask Sue if she would just reach in here and pull me out a winner. Sue?
Sandra Manugian.
Sandra, you get the basket up at the front door there. Congratulations. All right, again, thank you for joining us. Feel free to hang around, or you can join us downstairs in the members lounge. And everybody, please drive safely. Thank you.